Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special Wildlife Wednesday. What makes today so special? Well, it's not Wednesday, it's Friday. So I guess you could call this an Animal Friend Friday. We have a very special workout for you today. It's a brand new year, and that means here at ZooFit, Hoppy Newt Year. Yeah, that's right, we're gonna be talking all about amphibians. So those guys, let's hop, crawl, let's skimmy on over, let's dive right into our wonderful Hoppy Newt Year Amphibian AMRAP. Water. We have a very special AMRAP. What AMRAP means is we're going to do as many rounds as possible. What we're going to do is start with one of each of our exercises. We're going to do one of each. Then once we finish that, we're going to do two of each exercise. Then we're going to do three frog push-ups, Hellbender Burpees, and Axolotl Crawls. Then we're going to do 4 until the timer runs out. How long are we going to do this? This is your workout, so I'm going to leave that ultimately to you. I'm going to go for 15 minutes, but you can do it for 12 minutes. You can do it even for 10 minutes. Heck, it's 2021. Maybe set a timer for 21 minutes and see how far you can go with our Amphibian AMRAP. So there we go, a really Hoppy Newt Year, an awesome workout. Let's go through it and dive right on in. All right guys, our first exercise is the frog push-up. So this is a little bit of a misnomer. What we're going to be doing is actually working our quads. This is, again, frogs have very, very long legs, very strong legs too for jumping, for hopping. But it's called a push-up. So we are going to be on all fours. I'm going to be on my, starting on my hands and knees, and we're going to get into what we call beast mode, bringing our knees off the ground. Now to do our frog push-up, we are going to be bending our arms, but we're not again working our arms as much. We're bending our arms to circle our legs around, and we're going to begin circling. I'm going towards the back, coming forward, coming up onto my toes, sitting back onto my heels, coming forward the entire time my knees are staying off the ground. So that's going to be our first exercise, frog push-ups. All right guys, our next exercise is probably one of my favorites that we can do for ZooFit. It features one of my favorite animals, and that is the Hellbender. Now again, it sounds like a really bad animal, but these are fantastic animals. So Hellbender Burpee, it's going to be a doozy just because, well, again, with a name like Hellbender, of course we're going to have a tough exercise. But the burpee that we're going to be doing is going to be a little bit different than normal. You can get down to your burpee however you feel comfortable, but we're going to, again, come down to the ground. Again, place your hands on the ground. Step or jump back is up to you. Instead of doing a push-up at the bottom, we're going to go side to side in what we call a sidewinder. So jumping our feet to the side, jumping our feet to the other side, and then jumping back to the middle to come up. From the side angle, I'm going to show you how to do it even onto an incline. Hands come to that incline. It can be a bench, it can be a chair, it can be this footstool. Jumping back out, so instead of that push-up, we're going to jump to the side, jump to the other side, come back up, hands come up overhead. And now our final exercise for our Amphibian AMRAP is a really unique amphibian. It's known as the Axolotl. We're going to get started with the Axolotl Crawl. So we're going to be on all fours. We're going to start off on all fours, and we're going to come up into that plank position. And then it is okay if you have a little bit of a curve in your back, if your butt's kind of sticking up in the air, because it might help you with your balance. So what we're going to do is we're going to be balancing on opposite arm, opposite leg. So my weight's in my left arm and my right leg, and I'm bringing up my left leg and my right arm, coming back down to center. Now I'm going to lift my left arm and my right leg. Again, we're working our balance and our core, our shoulders, all sorts of fun things that we're going to be working with the axolotl. Doing both sides is going to be 1 repetition. That's going to be our axolotl crawl. Now, if that is too difficult for you, go ahead and drop down to your knees. This is also known as a bird dog, but it's a great modification. It still will work your core, work those shoulders, working your arms just a little, very, very well. So we're going to be on all fours, staying on our knees, and then reaching opposite arm, opposite leg out, and then going to the opposite side. So again, our right arm, our left leg come out, and then our left arm and our right leg come out. So there you go. Let's get started with our Amphibian AMRAP. All right, guys, let's get started with a Hoppy Newt Year warm-up. We'll go real quickly for about 10-15 repetitions of what we call frog hops. So we're going to start in standing. We're going to squat down with our legs, with our arms outside of our legs, and then jump our legs out and squat with our hands inside. Jumping back in. So these are our frog hops. We're going to do about 10 or 15 of these. We're just warming up, getting started with our Hoppy Newt Year, talking all about amphibians today. Amphibians, we actually mentioned this word during the hippo holidays, and that hippos live both on land and the water. And that is truly what our amphibians are. We're going to learn all about them today. Fascinating, fascinating animal. And our next exercise we're going to do too, again, kickstart with Hoppy Newt Year, is our toad box jumps. We're not going to need anything to jump onto. We're going to actually just need a square space. So we're going to jump in a formation of a box. So jumping forward, jump to the side, jump to the back, and then jump to your starting point. Now let's go the other direction. So we're going to jump to the side, jump forward, jump to the other side, jump back to starting. Let's do a couple more of those. Front, side, back, and over. I almost messed up. Part of our warm-up is to work our brain and then go back the other direction. And I'm feeling pretty warm.
Wow.
Yeah. That hits us pretty hard, pretty easily. So, getting warmed up, our hearts should be getting going. Let's stretch out our legs. I'm going to have us first do a couple little, what I call knee huggers. And we're going to talk a little bit about, and we'll also stretch out our quads, doing what I call butt kickers or a flamingo stretch for here. And then back to the knee huggers. So we're going to do 4 of each, and then go switch back, 4 of each. And last time. So amphibians live both in the land and the water, but not quite like, not like sea lions or marine mammals can live in the water and come up on land. They actually, first part of their life, they have gills. They live in the water, live underwater. And then the next part of their lives, after they metamorphose, they become land animals. They breathe air. Pretty cool. That's what an amphibian is. So we're getting our quads a little warmed up. We're going to be hitting our quads pretty heavily. We're also going to be hitting our shoulders a little bit too. So let's get a quick stretch in with that. We'll do a couple inchworms. Let's also stretch our hamstrings too. We're going to bend down, hands come to the ground. We're going to walk those hands out to a plank. And you can do, you can either lower yourself to a push-up or just simply drop your your back, your legs to the floor and stretch out. Bring this back up. We're going to go into what's called downward dog. Again, stretching out those the shoulders a little bit. Walking our hands back up. And then roll up Shrug those shoulders back. We'll do that just one more time. And walk our hands up. Once again, doing a push-up or draping your legs to the back. And then coming up, doing that downward dog, getting a stretch of those shoulders and the hamstring. Walk those hands back up and roll back up. Roll the shoulders, and we're ready to go. All right, guys, we know what we're doing. We're ready to have some fun with our very amphibian AMRAP. Guys, we got 15 minutes on the clock. Are you ready? We're gonna start those frog push-ups. 3, 2, 1. We're doing one of each right now. Again, so I'm in that beast position, doing one frog push-up. Coming up, we're gonna do one Hellbender burpee. Jumping up. And then one Axolotl crawl. Hands up, hand up. There we go. And that's easy.
Yeah.
Now I did too. So yeah, frogs, toads, salamanders, newts, and axolotls. All of them are amphibians, meaning again, part of their lives, the first part of their life they live in the water, and the second part of their life, they are air-breathing, land-dwelling animals. All right, already on 3.
3.
I still have 14 minutes left. 1, 2, 3. This is a great exercise. Actually, surprisingly, works those quads. Side, side.
1,
2. I think this is an appropriate exercise for the Hellbender.
yes.
Burpees. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, and 3.
Ooh, those are going to be
Nice
tough.
job.
Those are going to be tough coming up.
Those are going to get tough.
Yeah.
All right. Shake it out. We've done 3. We're up to 4. Let's grab one quick gulp of water. Stay hydrated. Let yourself rest whenever you need to. If you need to take a quick rest, do that. And then get back to it as soon as you possibly can. We're at 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 4 burpees.
Yeah.
Who thought this was a good idea? I actually have to say, I think Hellbenders are one of my favorite, probably my favorite amphibian, but also one of my favorite unknown species that people have no idea even exists, and it's right here in the United States, possibly in your own backyard.
4, 1, 2.
They are the Hellbenders at least. 4 Hellbenders are native to the United States. Several different kinds of Hellbenders found in rivers and streams.
Nice.
Also known as, affectionately, favorite nickname for an animal ever. This is not otter.
It's not otter.
Yeah, that's a good.
Nice.
That's the winning nickname
We're at 5.
of all time. All right, 5 frog push-ups. Again, we call them push-ups, but we're not really working our arms at all with that. We're actually really working our quads. 5 Hellbender burpees. The other defining factor of an amphibian makes them different from reptiles isn't just that they are tadpoles at one stage in their life, but they don't have scales. Was that 5?
That was 5.
I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
This is why Chris is here.
Okay.
But they don't have scales like reptiles do. They actually have a thin skin layer that is covered with a thin layer of mucus that protects their skin. All right. Once again, I'm going to take a quick breather. We're at 10 minutes left.
Nice.
That's a really good time to take we'll take 20 seconds rest. Let our heart rate kind of return back to normal.
Sounds good. That's harder than I thought it would be. Woo, good workout. Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna run out of facts already.
Right.
I haven't even gotten to the axolotl though.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have the hellbender, we have and we have the frogs, again, amphibians in general. All right, we're at 6 now. Coming down to our frog push-ups. I haven't even talked about axolotls because they are kind of a classification of amphibians all to themselves. They're very, very different. They are known as the Mexican walking fish, but they are not a fish. So it's kind of like that whole animals being misnamed. Again, starfish are not fish. So wolf eel is not an eel. Yeah, all kinds of misnamed animals. So Mexican walking fish, like axolotl, is not a fish. It is an amphibian, but they are a little bit different in that their second life stage, they do not go through metamorphosis like frogs, newts, and salamanders do. They actually stay in the water, so they still can breathe underwater, but they are not a fish. They are still classified as amphibians. All right. Wow. 7.
Woo.
Woof. I have a lot of respect for fitness instructors that can do this while they're talking, doing workouts while they're talking. So, again,
6,
there's a
7.
couple different ways you can do these frog push-ups. You can go forward or backwards. Either way, that will do work your quads. All right, 7 Hellbender burpees. Actually, I don't think these are as bad as regular burpees.
No.
Maybe because I'm talking through them. 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Actually, the Axolotl Crawl is the hardest, I think. Whew.
Now, if you are finding the Axolotl Crawls to be very, very challenging, by all means, drop down to your knees. Let's do that one set on your knees. This is also known as a bird dog. But again, we're going to do the level that works for you. So if you need to stay on your knees, that's perfectly okay. We're going to say even with the burpees, we're not going down all the way, but still, it's a burpee. If you need to use a bench or even do this burpee against the wall, you do you. So again, that's, as we say, that's like you. Awesome, awesome job. So we are at 8. We can get 8 done. We'll take another quick break.
Yeah.
All right, 8 frog push-ups. Once again, going forward, I find to be a little bit more challenging than going backward, but you do what feels right for you. We are are kicking up our quads a little bit. 8 Hellbender burpees. Once again, you do the level that works for you. If that's against the chair, terrific. If that's against the wall, if that's coming down all the way, great. Side, side. Now, Hellbenders are not just my favorite, they're also an animal that, once again, not many people know about. But they are an important part of the ecosystem, especially for rivers. They're known as what we call a keystone species, meaning that, or an indicator species. What that means as an indicator species is that we can determine the health of the whole ecosystem based on how healthy the populations of hellbenders are.
Wow.
So if they're not doing well, the ecosystem is possibly in trouble too.
Wow.
All right, 8 axolotls. I'm going to do these regularly again. Once again, you do the level that works best for you. So, how do we make sure that hellbenders, our snot otters, are doing okay? Well, make sure that our rivers and streams are doing okay. So, oh, I miscounted.
Oh, that's good.
I'll do more.
Good job.
So, again, make sure that we clean up, make sure that the rivers and streams in our area are nice and clean for all the animals, because they are, again, indicator that what's going on in the stream is what's good for us, good for hellbenders, good for the entire environment.
Nice.
All right, we can give us another 15 seconds. Yeah, we'll get started on 3:30. Three and a half minutes left, guys. We are at 9.
9.
I think we're gonna get to 10.
Oh, let's see.
Let's get to 10, guys, and go. We got 9 frog push-ups, and I have a whole bunch of facts about axolotls that we didn't get to yet. For instance, axolotls are actually studied. They're not very common in the wild, but they're very common in laboratories and in aquariums. That's because they're studied for their ability to regenerate limbs.
Wow.
So they can have their leg eaten off by a predator. That's no big deal. They'll just grow a new one. Now, some reptiles are known to have, again, a break-off tail. That's not unusual. They'll regenerate it. But tails typically don't have bones, or at least they don't break off at the bone. Axolotls can lose their arm, which has bones in it, and still regenerate. So it's pretty impressive. 9 axolotl crawls. So again, as we're reaching out our arms and legs, think about the research that we are doing and thanking for the axolotls for possible medical breakthroughs. Yep, these are getting hard. 8, 9, 9. All right.
Oh boy.
All right, guys. 90 seconds left. Let's give it a roll. We're at round number 10. I'm not going to stop for fun facts. We're just going to go through. 2. 7, 9, 10. Woo! Right into those Hellbender burpees. Step or jump back, side to side, 2. 3, 4. 6. 7, you got it, guys, keep going. 8. You do you. Nice job.
Ooh.
Nice, we got this. We got 25 seconds. Let's go. 1, 2, 2. 5, 6. Oh no, 7, 7, 8. 8. We got this, guys. Keep going. 9, 9, 10, 10.
Ooh.
Woo!
Man, that was tough. Good job.
Here. Whew. That's tougher than I thought. All right, thank you guys for joining us. God, that's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Guys, if you're enjoying our Wildlife Wednesdays, or again today is the case, Animal Friend Fridays, please check us out on Patreon. You can get some added bonuses. We'll add the warm-ups sometimes. Sometimes we'll throw in some extra fun facts. Sometimes a little bit extra story about working with these animals. But again, have some fun. Join our ZooFit Wild Things on Patreon. The link is in the description down below. Thanks guys for joining us. Again, here's to our amphibian friends. Here's to a great Hoppy Newt Year for 2021, and all of our animal friends. From us at ZooFit to you guys, thanks a lot. Eat clean, live green, keep training positive. We'll see you guys next time.